copy of the key. Remember the jungle? That was me. I needed that opportunity to make a copy of our key.
I'm calling the police.
No, you are not. Even if you do, their parcel bank will either be broken down. Their floor tanks empty. Or both. Sorry to say about how much you ask.
Please don't rape us.
Who wants to rape you?
Please don't kill us.
Apart from it, I need you more than you know.
You need us?
I need you.
Me? Why me? What do you want from me?
I think that at this point, a formal and proper introduction is needed. My name is Adesuwa. But to the world, and the oppressors of my people, I'm known as General Tinker Tailor.
Oh my God! Did I say to Lord? I thought you said you were an engineer.
Of course, I'm an engineer. I graduated Festour honors from one of the foremost universities in this country. You will be taught I'm an uneducated linguist from the creeks of the Niger-Delta. I sense that in your article.
If you don't intend to kill us, what do you want from us? I mean Adesuwa.
We'd like to have reflected energy in your article. So the general decided to give you a rare opportunity of hearing our own side of the story.
But the federal government has declared a general amnesty for all militants who lay down their arms. It's even rumored that a huge compensation awaits the warlords.
No, the Nigerian constitution, which it sought to defend, only recognizes amnesty granted to convicted criminals. To the best of my knowledge, aside from King Saruduwa and Zubonina, no one in the Niger-Delta has been convicted over militant activities.
Even if I were to accept the amnesty, after that, what? One day I'm walking down the street, and a government agent puts a bullet behind my head. I've ordered the deaths of many people, government agents. You think they'll ever forgive me for that? See, this chap told us that find peace. It was achieved by a struggle. I, Adesuwa, will play my part in my people's struggle for emancipation.
So, why do you need me?
Before the federal government spin doctors change the coloration of our story, of my story, the story of my people, I decided to get it out there first. Who better to approach than my most vociferous critic?
And if she says no?
Then I will glad to do you. What have
We have taken the liberty to come along with an audio recorder and writing material. If there's any other thing you may need, Commander Zeno, aka Baby Papa 1, willing to give it to you.
Hold.
It's my bag, my bag. My cute Sam.
So,
Let's get the show on the road.
Okay. This is Adesuwa of Naked, your favorite online publication where the truth is very naked. For those of you who have read our expose on General Tinker Tailor, the dreaded Niger-Delta militant, in a quest for a balanced story, we've invited him over to hear his side of the story. How am I doing?
very well, go on.
With him is
Commander Zeno, explain the Papa 1 of Bayelsa.
okay. General Tinker Tailor, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So who is General Tinker Tailor and what kind of name is that? I've always felt that the name sounds vaguely familiar.
My real name is Iyobosa.
Are you sure you want to reveal your name?
Never mind. This will probably be the last time you go by that name.
I was born Iyobosa, Nari for short. I'm an Ijo of Calabari extraction from Abalama in River State of Nigeria. At birth, my grandfather named me Iyobosa, meaning the famous one. When I was old enough to understand what it meant, I decided I would not pass through life without leaving evidence of my passage. Something, right?
Yes.
Everybody wants to know. Agodoa. It literally means one who did not borrow. But we lived in a self-sustaining society. We never had anything to beg or grab for what was rightfully ours. Our people were fishermen. Well, their lands were polluted by exploitative actions of international oil companies.
So where did the name Tinker Tailor come from?
Iyobosa, I am trying to work here. Please, this is a formal interview, not a child's play. Oh.
Never mind. I'll take questions from either of you. This is my first and last interview as Nigerian. I'm the one that will write to know everything about the man behind it.
So who is I'm sorry, your name is
You can call me Nari.
Okay, so who is Nari? Some say you're a terrorist. What's your struggle about?
Nari is the freedom fighter. When I first graduated the university with a first-class degree in mechanical engineering, I felt unfulfilled until I realized that my fulfillment lay in the struggle. The struggle for the emancipation of my people, the John nation.
So much has been said about your struggle. This struggle, what exactly do you want?
May I?
Go ahead.
It is not what we want. It is what the people of the Niger-Delta want. What we want is what we have always desired as far back as 1951, or what other ethnic extractions in Nigeria have always wanted.
Which is?
What? What does the movement for the survival of Biafra of Eastern Nigeria want? What does the Iowa Youth Congress of Northern Nigeria want? What does the Old World Congress of Western Nigeria want? Equity, justice, due recognition of rights as citizens. Simple.
The right to control our crude oil resources, or at best be accorded 50% derivation, or again, an end to all exploration in the Niger-Delta that leads to the destruction of Niger-Delta people and the ecology.
Is that too much to ask for?
Are you saying that your resource self-help and proliferation of arms in the Niger-Delta is a protest against the failure of the rest of the country to address poverty in the Niger-Delta and to respect you?
Yes. Today, we have the gun. The barrel is pumped up the complacent asses of our corrupt leaders. That is our power.
They refuse to listen to our dialogue. Now they've been forced to dance to the boom of our guns. The voices are singing and chanting in the creeks, and the sound of their song is the boom of a bazooka.
I want to wee-wee.
You don't please for jail.
There's still more inside.
There's no need for that. She doesn't intend to escape.
You trust your cousin that much?
Thank you, sir.
But you're destroying the country. Crisis in the Niger-Delta affects government revenues and profits from the state of Kingdom, which has a direct impact on world oil prices.
That's the whole idea. Have you ever heard of the economic theory of creative destruction?
Joseph Schumpeter?
Yes! We need to destroy the existing structure to create a new and enduring country for all of us.
But the world will never allow it to happen. The world powers, especially the Western countries, they see Nigeria as a strategic ally and a very important African country.
That's because of our oil and gas resources. With the West's adventure in the Middle East, they are looking for new sources of oil. Where else is better to turn to than good old ex-colony in Nigeria?
So you resorted to gender dating and kidnapping?
Kidnapping for us was never ever driven by criminal intention. It was just a veritable tool for our ideological struggle.
Congratulations. This ideological tool you and your kind created has long since been hijacked by criminals.
Shut up! This is Hey! That was never what we intended. The reactionaries, they are frustrating our struggle. And you, our great targets, were the real fat cat foreigners stealing our oil.
also unintended victims?
Some, yes, unintended consequences of war. But the others are rich men and their families. Our politicians, these are prisoners of war. Simply collateral damage. To make an omelette, you have to break an egg. To make an omelette the size of our struggle, you have to break many big eggs.
So how many eggs have you broken?
A woman doesn't tell her husband of the number of men she shared her bed with. She only tells the husband of the men she rejected. For all this killing and kidnapping to stop, until we, the real revolutionary, gain the control of the struggle. That's it. General, how much more time do you say?
Another 5 minutes now.
It's only a matter of time before the army smoke you out from the creeks.
The law enforcement agencies are all prepared for our war plan. Tell you.
See, their response to our campaigns has been laughable. Listen, we belong to the creeks. We were born in the creeks. We grew up in the creeks. We are the ones doing the smoking out. Not them.
So the law enforcement agencies are already drawing up strategies to address the crisis.
Strategies. Where were they when we are carrying heavy weapons, sophisticated guns and ammunition, strategizing,
This is the only form of pressure. The only form of agitation our government understands. And so far, it has forced us into discussion too.
Yeah.
But then, we need you, the media, to gain attention to get our message out to the world.
But what about the victims?
Which victims?
Who are the victims? We are the real victims here. The poor fisherman who can no longer feed his family because oil has polluted our waters. The farmer who has run his home because the soil has become too acidic for planting. Little children without potable water to drink. No schools, no hospitals, no water roads. Yet their land produces the oil that keeps the cabal in the nation. Those are the real victims.
But that still doesn't make kidnapping a rightful means of agitation.
Really? How come your government, your leaders negotiate with kidnappers? How come they are quick to take credit for helping to secure the release of prisoners captured by our people? Some of them even charge the families of our prisoners for their services. We know all this, but then we need them to facilitate the release of our money.
But what if government choice is money? What if there's good governance at all levels, genuine and sustainable? What if government creates employment, puts people there, and rebuilds the confidence of Nigerian economy and society?
What if goats learn to fly? What if dogs learn to sing? What if Bumi Davis becomes a wrestling heavyweight champion? Impossible.
Look, we must start by making adequate compensation available to our people. We are the ones suffering the worst collateral damage from oil exploration activities. Gas flaring, spills, environmental degradation, pollution, and others. Then they must educate our youth and also provide gainful employment for them.
You are really very angry.
You sit there and you wonder why we are angry. You sit there and you wonder why we are angry. This situation has gone beyond thoughts.
It's unheard of. Okay, what about the Nigerians who were killed? Were they also unintended victims?
I said it. Nigerians that were killed were simply unintended victims. Unintended victims. And this situation, our people live in coastal areas, surrounded by water. Yet they have no potable water to drink.
Okay.
Our creeks are crisscrossed with pipelines bearing petroleum products to other parts of the country. Yet fuel is scarce and expensive in Niger-Delta.
Revenue from crude oil was used to build Abuja and develop Lagos. Yet our people do not have motorable roads in their community. They cannot even afford to buy cars that will go on the elusive motorable roads.
Yet we wonder why we are angry.
Peaceful agitation, I understand. But your struggle has since degenerated into pure anarchy.
In the dark days of military rule in Nigeria, anarchy once said, in a state of anarchy and pandemonium, to be law abiding is illegal.
So it is then legal for armed and defense men, or freedom fighters as you call it, to issue ultimatums to oil companies to stop oil exploration activities? to attack oil installations, and to kidnap all company officials. Your struggle has degenerated into all forms of criminality, kidnapping of children, abduction of men and women, and open warfare.
The government should they should implement the recommendations of Willings Commission.
The Willings Commission.
I knew that would take you by surprise. Most people do not know that our agitation did not start today. As far back as 1951, the people of Niger-Delta had come to protest against the marginalization of their region by the country's majority ethnic. Most people are not understanding most of the movement for the survival of the Ogoni people. That's the product of the late 80s and early 90s. Most of set us on the map and brought the plight of our people to international attention. But the agitation has been around for a very, very long time.
They should just leave us alone.
But the British who amalgamated us must have seen just reasons why we need to be together.
They did. They structured the country to ensure equity and justice. But the succeeding military regime set us back to the stone ages.
What has the military got to do with this?
Listen. Before independence, under the British colonial authorities, predicting units enjoyed a 100% realization in 1946. So later moved to 50%, and only 20% was contributed to the common pool.
So what informed the change?
Oil.
The discovery of oil. By the 1963 constitution, the realization was set at 50%, and government was only 20% of it. But by 1966, this has been jettisoned as controlling Nigeria's oil resources was the primary purpose of the military junta.
By 1970, oil derivation was reduced to 45%. By 1975, it was further reduced to 25%. Then, the Shagari administration took it all the way down to 5%. Later, General Buhari took it down to 1.5%. It only went up to 3% under Babangida administration.
But in the 1999 constitution, the revision was fixed at 13%.
It was not that willingly, it was for us, just to respond to the agitation of our people.
Don't you understand that more jobs have been created in Europe and America on the expense of oil exploration activities in Niger-Delta? Niger-Delta people feel provoked and neglected.
Yeah, we are busy and every day our people are faced with the contracts of their lives and the executive in the company that produces the oil that comes from their borewell. We dey vex. We dey really dey vex.
This ideological tool has long since been hijacked by criminal. But whatever you say, Jean, whatever you say.
See, this oil is extracted from the bowels of our land, transported thousands of miles away to nurture and develop the empire of the corrupt oligarchy, thinking that distance will make them safe. Now, our struggle has forced them to understand that their safety, the safety of every politician and every rich man, lies in ensuring social security in the Niger-Delta.
Hello, I am a living testimony to the fact that there is poverty and degradation in Nigeria as a whole.
Social degradation. Oil. Is the oil it's extracted from the bowels of our land. It is ours.
Nigeria, the whole Nigeria, is it the whole Nigeria that produces the oil? Answer! I really detect you.
But
Please, police patrol on the street.
Check. What is it about?
it's a routine patrol. We pay the police to patrol our street once a week.
You pay the police to do their work? Hey, Nigeria, we know you.
Sir, patrol or no patrol, I have to get you out of here, sir. With due respect, sir.
It's a pleasure speaking with you, and I'd like to make the interview soon. By the way, I didn't move into your building. Your new neighbor was kidnapped by my boys yesterday, and we released his family soon. No ransom was demanded, and no ransom will be paid. Sorry about the inconvenience. And to you, the reform for my 19th. Be careful with this one. You have to change the lock of this door.
Lock the door. He's kind of cute. Are you okay?
You see, understanding this kind of things comes naturally. Usually, a slight tingling in my dividing rod.
You have a divining rod?
Yes, sir.
That sounds very macho. So, my dear, when do I get to see this divining rod? Before or after my visa is ready?
Before and after. Before and after.
That sounds nice. But I'd like to see travel documents first. Then, the divining rod.
Eh? Come on. So you mean you don't trust me?
Of course I do, Your Eminence.
Then why are you playing hard to get? I know you want it as much as I do.
What do you mean, Your Eminence?
Don't tell me that. The first time I set my eyes on you, I saw how you were wiggling your pump on my wing. Trust me, you chased like me. Setting my whole being on fire.
In due course. In due course, Your Eminence.
But wait, look, man. Don't you think we lose stupid if your cousin walks in on those lines? I know this very
Don't worry, eh? Adesuwa is connected in some press conference she called over a recent running with General Tinker Tailor. And if I know her well, which I do, she'll be back before midnight.
That's a bit comforting.
So, my dear, don't spoil this romantic mood.
Wait, look, wait. To tell you the truth, let me swear now. I feel anything but romantic here in Adesuwa's house. With the bottles drunk.
We have candles.
That is why I'm afraid. Drunk bottles and lit candles by 4 p.m. in Ama.
You have candles in your church lit during the day.
In my church, that one is pure joy.
Come on, can't you feel it? Close in the air.
Look, let me tell you, the only thing I can feel right now is the tingling in my dividing rod and the smelling of melting wax. I can feel now. Holy Lord God, I see you, man. Yes, I hear you, Father. Wait. I hear you.
Don't I know you? Yes, you do. Prophet's eminence.
You are welcome, my daughter. You see, you also have told me so much about your social crusade.
And I assume the drawn curtains, lit candles, and lit is your contribution towards my social crusades.
Wait, don't worry. Let me get it.
Sorry, if I'm not discriminating you. My name is Gregor, and can you people?
Sure you're for real this time.
I heard about your run with General Tinker Tailor and his boys.
Hope they didn't hurt you.
I heard it was you they were after. The boys in the creeks hold you in high esteem. They talk a lot about you and are all ignorant of your publication. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Sorry, please can I get a mop and a bucket in my... Thank you.
So, how do you like the neighborhood?
Well, aside from the scare from General Tinker Tailor and his boys,
Nice so far.
A pretty nice neighborhood. A young population striving to make ends meet less here. To the best of my knowledge, no fraudster lives here. At least, not yet.
what have you heard about me?
Enough to get me worried.
I
That you leave off proceeds of frauds. I mean, advanced fee frauds. Need I say more?
No, you didn't have to. You see, that was my past. I'm a changed person now. And living around this is not a neighborhood for the
in memory of my late wife.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's alright, it's alright. You see, the voice of the page talk a lot about it. I've read about you so much. I've read the publications too. May I say
So what? You want to tell me why the fraudster will come into my house and I'll feel...
look, I'm a legitimate businessman now.
Okay, an ex-fraudster.
We're all tired and irritable. Cut the sweet for another day.
Is this a new story? Then you can as well get it over with. Adesuwa, do you know what it means to have a Commonwealth education?
Go on, I'm listening.
It's a way for a clan to survive. The old clan sends one person, the torchbearer, whose responsibility is to drag the clan out of the doldrums to the university. See, I was born the first male child in my family of 9. My father was an employee at the Ministry of Agriculture, a farm product officer to be precise. I'm sure you've never heard of that kind of office before.
No, I haven't.
Tell us about it.
Their responsibility was to go into the hinterland, aggregate the products from the farmers, grade it, and then give it up to the government for export.
That must have been before the oil boom.
Yes. With the failure of the oil boom, government attention shifted away from agriculture, and the job of the farm product officer became obsolete. My father struggled through moving from one ministry to the other, but it became apparent that his soul was no longer in the job.
So, I don't understand. What has all of this got to do with the Commonwealth education?
You see, when my late father retired from the ministry, his paltry retirement benefits and gratuity could only see one out of 89 children through university. He became my love to study hard, friend for my aged parents and my younger siblings. My younger siblings had to pick up various odd jobs that their secondary school certificate could fetch them. Some even had to up wares on the street just to survive.
Well, the pathetic story of many Nigerian families. But that's still no license to turn to crime.
You must be joking. What was I to turn to? There I was 4 years after I left school, no job in sight, and my siblings were becoming increasingly antagonistic. They thought that they would have done better if father's money was spent on their university education. I needed money, and I needed money fast.
Adesuwa will tell you money is not everything.
Yeah, money is not everything, but then money is this close to being everything. Ask those who don't have it.
So maybe the end justifies the means.
Well, let us say, as an also make actually put it, in this country, when you're rich, you're big. When you're poor, you're wretched. That's the story of our family.
You see, it is people like you that destroy the image of this country.
Adesuwa, I owe this country nothing. In fact, this country owes me so much. 4 years of my life was wasted looking for a job after I left university. If you add that to the years I wasted due to incessant strike actions caused by our lecturers, then 1 year mandatory National Youth Service Program, that will make 7 years of my life wasted. The credit joke, no company will employ any fresh graduate that is older than 24 years. And there I was at 28, staring at the bleak future.
But fraud is an extreme.
Well, let's just say at that time I decided to leave my destiny in another man's hand.
Even if your actions cost other people anguish and in some cases death.
Look, at that time, all I saw was the root out of abject poverty. I could see no help coming from our corrupt leaders. Besides, you can't even compare what we do to our leaders. At least the money we got, we reinvested into the economy. Meanwhile, our leaders sorted their accounts away in foreign number accounts.
You talk as if Nigeria doesn't belong to all of us. In all of your international Robin Hood activities, the problem still falls back to us in Nigeria.
Then our leaders should lead by example. Why do you think that many Nigerians, whether rich or poor, are mentally relocated abroad? We are all citizens of this country, but our minds and aspirations are domiciled in foreign countries. You know, we're just here, waiting for one day when the body will join the mind in the land. Like maybe UK, US, Japan, South Africa, Ghana, even Togo.
That's what happens when you leave politics to contractors and speculators. When the right people who should be there are doing nothing. I've told you, Adesuwa, since you you'll have the right answers to everything. Why don't you run for public office?
No. Yeah, you can't try. You see, politics in Nigeria is not only expensive, it is deadly. It is only in Nigeria where you have someone whose only means of livelihood is politics. My father told me that three things will work: money, power, and sex. Yeah. And that everybody is after everything you are after. So you trust no one.
Sex. That's for sure.
He also told me that the meek and humble will inherit the earth, but they will tramp into it like you.
We can talk about politics from now to eternity, and nothing we say or do will make a change. Greg, why don't you join us for dinner? I'm sure Adesuwa will mind, and then you can share your story over a quick meal.
I think what Greg needs right now is a good night rest.
On an empty stomach. Come on. I'm sure you've not had anything this evening. So please, Greg. Please.
Alright, it sounds like a good idea. So say, why don't I take you ladies out for dinner?
Excellent!
Don't worry, Greg. You and Iyobosa can go.
Oh, no.
I've had a bit tiring.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. You don't have any early morning appointment tomorrow, do you? Besides, we don't intend to stay out late.
Yeah, what you think?
No, but I'll give you some minutes to freshen up while I go clean up my apartment. I'll be back. See you soon, ladies.
Okay. Bye. Head, let's go and get dressed.
I don't like the way it sounds.
What have I done again?
See, if you are going to get dressed, please go get dressed.
Of course I'll get dressed.
No, you won't. Whenever you talk of getting dressed, you end up more undressed than being dressed.
If you don't want me to come, just say so.
Who doesn't want to come? I didn't even want to go in the first place, and I still don't.
Ladies, are you ready?
20 minutes.
Alright, 20 minutes, I'm counting.
Oh, yeah, no.